and it has all over India, pan-India existence, and near about 124 state and local centers are there for the dissemination of knowledge by conducting the seminar, workshop, lectures, and all this is there. Under the Institute of Engineers, there are student chapters are there on various engineering colleges, various departments and polytechnic, where the Institute of Engineers philosophy is propagated through the conducting the workshops and all. It has near about 500, more than 500 engineering colleges are there. Engineering colleges and industries are there. Those are institutional members. So for Institute of Engineers publish every year publish the Scopus Index journal in all the five series: Series A, Series B, Series C, Series D, comprising of all the 15 engineering disciplines. And these journals are Scopus Index. Institute of Engineers from headquarter, it gives the remuneration, or you can say the grant for the conducting the BTech, MTech or PhD student projects in the colleges, depending upon the application. Pune local center is the biggest local center of the Institute of Engineers, having its member under the member near about 6,200 members, corporate members are there, and more than 20,000 student members which are enrolled as as for doing the AMI. So it has last 2 years back. It has started in 1958. It's completed at 60 years, 2 years back, and based on these activities and whatever the technical activities conducted, Institute of Engineers got the 8 times best chapter award from all over India. This is all just a brief outline of the Institute of Engineers. Now I request the convener. On behalf of, I welcome the Kedar Selar and Mitesh Bhatt. I request our convener, our committee member in the Civil Engineering Division, young dynamic Vipin Vinod, to introduce our main Kedar Selar.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Engineer K.K. Ghosh, sir, the chairman of the Institution of Engineers, Pune Local Center. Now we have the great personality among us, Kedar Shelar, sir. He is completed graduation in civil engineering from University of Pune in 2015. Done MBA in project and construction management from MIT College of Management in 2018. Civil engineer with more than 5 years of experience in project planning, execution including cost estimation of projects in construction industry. He is a proprietor of NKM Planning Solutions, dealing with creation of revolutionary project management tools, modules, and systems. The company has expertise in project construction management and lean construction, which will make project efficient. So now, on the behalf of Institution of Engineers, we welcome you, Kedar Shelar, sir, and all of us. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the introduction.
Yeah.
First of all, I would like to congratulate IEI for the 100th anniversary of the establishment.
Yeah,
Then,
Thank you.
I welcome you all in this session. Mr. Professor Ghosh sir, IEI, Professor Aradhna Deshmukh ma'am, thank you for this opportunity to present us in front of the IEI members. Today's topic is automation in construction project planning. I and Mr. Mitesh Bhatt, we are going to deliver this topic. Mr. Mitesh Bhatt is a lean practitioner, also MSP and Primavera certified. He has plenty years of experience in a project construction planning. He has also completed his MTech from MIT College in project and construction management. So let's begin with the presentation. An hour of planning can save your 10 hours of doing. So if you have proper planning, you can save your lot of time, and your time is money. And if you're saving your money, then you need to have the proper planning. So in this seminar, in this lecture, we are going to discuss the following points. First, the key reasons of success of the big construction firms, introduction of project planning, importance of project planning and key benefits of it, statistics of Indian construction industry, how to control time and cost overrun, requirements of successful implementation of project management, formats and systems of project analysis, conclusive solution, example of smart automation tool, and the conclusion. Why big firms had done well in the past. These firms who have done extremely well, they have the project planning, they have capable management, they have skilled team who is working for their projects. Then they use the advanced project management tools and technology. The tools and technology drives very important role in any organization success. Then they have the standard SOPs, that is standard operating procedures. Then proper utilization of resources, man, material, equipments. Then they have the safety awareness. This is the most important factor in any construction or any construction projects which are going on. Then they have the risk management. They foresee the risk, they mitigate the risk, and they make it successful. They have proper management of funds and money. The funds are circulating through all the departments, all the proper distribution of money is happening. That is why they are doing very well. And this, the last point, they have very positive approach to accept the new change and the system in the industry. The change is good and acceptance is always better. So, introduction to project planning. So what is planning? The planning, it is something which brings your future into your present. Like this is a definition of the planning. The planning is the process of thinking about and organizing the activities required to achieve the desired goal. These are the two important aspects of project planning. First is project life cycle. Second is project management triangle. We all know there are 5 phases of project, that is initiating, planning, execution, monitoring, and closing. And we also know the project management triangle, or these are the constraints of the project, that is scope, time, cost with respect to quality. This constraint drives through all your 5 phases, and this is how we plan. So if we look at this project management triangle, if the time we squeeze or we reduce the time, the scope will be reduced, but the cost will increases. The time and cost are inversely proportional to each other. If the scope increases, it directly affects your cost and time. The time and cost will increases. If we reduce the cost, or if you reduce the budget, keeping your constant the scope and time, it may decrease your quality of the work. So all these factors has to be balanced, and according to we need to plan the project. So let's move ahead. What is the importance of planning? There are 5 major roles and which drives the project. First is project scheduling and budgeting. Second is allocation, resource allocation, leveling. Then risk planning, safety, quality assurance. And last one is the coordination, documentation, reporting of the management. I mean, this is the record keeping, data analysis, recording delays, delay analysis, DPR, MPR, it covers under this part. In project planning and scheduling, what we do, we set the timeline, we optimize the work according to the timeline, we make the detailed estimate of the cost before starting of the project. This will be the baseline to track your project. In resource allocation, what we do, we define the requirement. We find out the requirement of the project, and we balance it in the leveling. We balance it with respect to the resource constraint, considering its start and end date of the project. In the risk planning, we foresee the risk which will happen in the future. We prioritize the risk, we manage the risk, and we take actions on this risk, and we minimize the impact of the risk on the project, and we can successfully complete the project in desired time and cost. In project safety, we identify the possible risk in terms of safety point of view. It may be a health hazards or the physical hazards. For these hazards, the safety plans are prepared, the procedures are prepared, and according to we go for the project. And the quality assurance part, we assure the quality in the planning. So this is very important. And the last is the coordination, where we, as we discussed there, we record the DPR, MPRs, then we record all the details of the project, the record keeping, which is very important in your closure stage, in your analysis, everywhere. So this is the importance of the project planning. So what exactly includes in the project planning? What planning gives us? The planning gives the process, guidelines, techniques, and vision. It helps to manage all the stakeholders, all the people involved in the project very efficiently. It helps to manage work, then it increases the chances of the project success. It delivers the project in most efficient way, in most effective way, within our time and cost. It helps for identification. It helps for risk identification and elimination. As we discussed, we foresee the risk, we take steps to mitigate the risk. Accordingly, we identify and eliminate. And the most important, this planning directs us throughout the project life cycle, and which is very important in every project. Then let's discuss the key benefits of the project planning. The project planning, it improves the chances to achieve the goals. Then planning is beneficial for every business from all the sizes. In planning, we get the real-time analysis of the project, and we according to this data, we can monitor our project very effectively. It helps to prioritize and efficient use of resources. We can utilize the resources as per the need, so there won't be any wastage or there will be over allocation of the resource. We plan it and we use it accordingly. It defines the scope. It defines the timeline. It defines the budget before initiating the project. This will be the baseline for every project, and according to we will track the project. So the project will be under control. So the last point is the same. The timeline, the various costs and resources, those we keep it under control. In the continuation, it helps to improve the productivity and the quality of the work. The productivity can be calculated by various ways. Like we can calculate the productivity of the laborers by we have the standards, and according to standards we measure their work. So if you have the work, how much work to be completed in one day or in the 1 week, and if it is not, we can track accordingly. So basically the planning, it will monitor your work if it is happening as per the need, as per the required which is specified or not. And this monitoring will improve your productivity and improve your quality of the work too. Then it improves the communication among all the stakeholders. It satisfies the various needs of the project stakeholders. And if we complete the project within the time, cost, with a proper quality, the constraints, it elevates the customer satisfaction. But every good thing has a but. So the but for the project planning is there are almost 70%.
Can you hear me? Your sound is not clear. Can you hear me? Sound, I am not able to hear you.
Hello, hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes, it's audible.
Yes, yes, sir. Kedar, sir, you are audible.
You're
My
audible.
voice is
audible.
clear, right?
Yeah, audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
Please continue.
Yes, yes. Okay, thank you. So every good thing has a but, and the but is the almost 70% of the firms, companies, construction companies in India are not following working with project planning. The rest of the 30% are the well-established companies. They have their own systems, but our construction sector needs to improve with the proper project planning. So in the next slide, we will be discussing some of the statistics based on the KPMG report and PMI India. They are published it in 2019. On these three parameters, they have calculated these two aspects, that is time overrun and cost overrun. The three parameters are the process and capacities, culture and mindset, and external factors. The first, process and capabilities. What includes this head? These are the bulleted points which they have identified. Those are like the unavailability of the skilled staff, skilled workmanship, then inadequate technology usage. Then they don't have advanced look-ahead planning. In the second head, that is culture and mindset, what they have considered is the limited sense of project ownership, the weak risk management, and the delayed decision making. Normally, it happens in every construction industry because of their work culture, their mindsets, everything. It affects our overall project in terms of cost and time. In the external factors, there are some regulatory approvals, then land acquisitions, market factors such as escalation, economic factors. There are n numbers of factors which affect the project. But the factors which we can minimize, we can mitigate are these factors. And because of not having proper planning, there is 38% of escalation from their original budget, original timeline scheduled because of the not having proper process and capacities. In terms of cost, if you say, there is 41% of cost overrun. This is huge because of not having process and capacities. From their original budget is deviating like 14%. It's not acceptable. Because of the culture and the mindset, which can be controlled, the time escalation is like 14%. And the cost overrun, because of decisions or weak management or everything, it is 29% from the original estimated budget. And in the external factors, there are 10% of the time overrun and the 6% of the cost overrun. This is huge. So there are some factors. So this is the graphical data which was shared. It is showing from the 2010 to 2018, the percent of the schedule time overrun. Initially, it was huge. I mean, 48%. Now it is controlled up to 19%. Likewise, if you see the cost overrun trend, it is constant, average constant 20% throughout the project. This is the there is one more one more statistics which was shared by Times of India last year in 2020. There were 1,670 ongoing projects costing more than 150 crores or 150 crores. Out of these projects, there are 432 projects which are facing the cost overrun of 4.29 lakhs crores. Such a waste of money. And this is around the 20.85% from the original cost of the implementation, around 21% approximately. This is the cost escalation. So these are the 5 stages in which they have find out exactly the bulleted reasons for the delays. So in the first stage, like pre-development, the land acquisition, because of inadequate soil investigation and the delays in the reports or obtaining approvals, then there are issues like government rates of the compensation and the market rates. So these are creating delays in the projects. We were in the start of the project. In the planning phase, the projects don't have the proper baseline. They don't have proper planning. The costing based on the real-time scenario. Then they don't have. There are a lot of delays in the approvals. Then absence of the critical path. Basically, the project is not. They don't have proper planning. They don't have proper tools to control the project. In the procurement stage, delays in award of the work, then there are certain fluctuations in the cost and the quantity, so it affects the project. Then there are timely availability of the engineering inputs are not there. One has to consider the lead time before punching the PO. So these kinds of things are not happening at the site, because of which these are the delays in the procurement stage. Then construction and delivery, there are changes in design and the scope. There are lots of reworks. The lack of project communication is there. The inadequate contractor and subcontractors capacity. These factors affects your cost and time a lot. And in the last stage, that is the closeout, in the commissioning, the compilation of documents required, technical and commercial closure. As we said, there has to be proper record keeping of the data of the project, and this data record keeping, which will help here while the closing of the project. If you have the crystal clear the documents, the project will, there will be no hurdles to complete the project. Apart from that, delay in the obtaining the regulatory approvals, the NOCs are there, because of which the time delays and are happening. And the last is the contractual disputes. The disputes, we all know what happens if the dispute happens in the last stage of the project. So it may, the project has to be started, but because of delay, it shuts. So this is the major loss. Then how to control these overruns? Every project has to be on one page. If you don't have your project on one page, you cannot analyze. Everything, the results has to be on one page, on one click. If you have this kind of flexibility in your project management, if you're in your management, at your site, the overruns could be mitigated. It would be minimized with a good decisions, with a better decisions. Apart from that, the focus on the indirect cost, that is, if you're wasting the employees' time on unnecessary things, this is the underutilized strength of the employee. If we save this, we can control the overrun by diverting their strength to the actual thing or actual work which they supposed to do. Then identify the eliminate the process waste. while working, there are a lot of waste. If we eliminate basically the waste are the non-value adding activities. If we eliminate these activities, these waste, we can control the cost overrun. One has to be proactive in terms of scheduling, budget, resources, funds, risk, everything. Then the positive approach for adoption of new technology. This is the as we discussed before. The positive approach towards acceptance is always better. The acceptance will save your cost of the project with the new technology. With the standardized procedures, with the SOPs, we can control the cost in terms of we can control the project in terms of cost, time, and the quality. Every aspects will be covered. This is very remarkable quote by Mark Artis. A specific design, procedure, test plans that will not fit on the one page, it cannot be understood. If your design, your progress, your project is not on the one page, it cannot be understood properly. The management, how management works, there are 3 levels: top management, middle management, lower management, and what this management requires. For the top management look after the business, top management look after the profitability statement, top management look after the profit and loss statement, the balance sheet, the sales and revenue target. They look after the project summaries. What does the middle management do? Middle management supports the top management decisions by setting the targets at the project level, by monitoring the targets, by controlling the cost, by analysis of the project, by communicating between all the departments. After all, this is the collaborative efforts of every department, every personnel included in the project. In the in the lower management, what lower management do? They generate reports, they keep record, they create DPR, WPR, MPR, they track the project, they track their planned versus actual data, and other documentation like like delay analysis, like recording delays, recording the various documents shared with the clients. Every data is recorded by this lower management. There are many softwares in the project management. Those are like Primavera, MS Project, BIM, Candy. These are the ERPs which are used in the construction sector, but these softwares are costly and they require high competency of the personnel. Not every construction industry afford to have the ERPs and to bring some the person who knows the softwares having their high resources. So there are various formats used on site like master schedule, procurement schedule, drawing schedule, drawing register, weekly schedules, DPRs, WPRs, MPRs, lookout planning. I have listed out like 20 different formats. There are many more actually, but these are different formats, and means there are different formats, and the planning engineer or the project engineer, project managers are filling these 20 different Excel sheets. This is the repetitive work. These 20 sheets has to be on one page. Then our system will be super fast. Yes, the MS Excel is the heart. MS Excel is used everywhere. MS Excel has various benefits. So the Mr. Mitesh Bhatt will continue from this slide. So I'll hand over the stage to Mr. Mitesh Bhatt.
Thank you, Kedar. Thank you so much. Okay. So first of all, good evening, everyone. Yes. As Kedar mentioned, most of the time, the all the three of the levels three levels of the management requires a different things, and the all the 20, 25 the seats has to be filled by the planning engineer or planning manager, and there are lots of rather. Okay. So. And those kind of the formats, those kind of the analysis, the complete analysis can be done in the ERP thing or on a very digitalization manner rather. Okay. But what happened when it must be an economical way. So what happens? What is the conclusive solution? The conclusive solution is something MS Excel. Why? MS Excel, why? Because the 81% of the particular industry use the MS Excel. Kedar, please, can you go back?
Okay.
Yes. It's a somewhat extent the 81% of the industry uses the Excel, and the 19% are the different ones. So one happens when the MS Excel we are using like for the estimation, budgeting, planning, billing, various statistic analysis. All we do we can and there are a lot of applications for the MS Excel things. Can I share the screen?
Sure. I'll
Yes. I think so. Yes, my screen is visible.
Yes.
Okay. So with this kind of 20-25 filling of the different formats, mostly the 8 hours of the planning engineers goes like anything. Okay. So how as a management, how we can focus it? We can save their indirect cost by saving their energy to from to filling a multiple formats. Okay, so our target is to analyze your 8 hours of daily works, repetitive works in just 8 seconds. Yes, it is a possible. Conclusive solution is the Excel automation. What is the best thing of the Excel automation is first, we can reduce the ERP cost. The second, low competency required because everyone knows the Excel. It helps to analyze the data as the ERP gives. Second, repetition of the site works can be done easily. Dashboard and one-click report can be also be generated. What we can do such thing like a big picture of Excel automation is something a project document, tender documentation, budgeting, planning and monitoring, execution, procurement, stakeholder data. We can integrate all these things through the Excel automation. So let's understand the meaning of the Excel automation first. The Excel automation can be said as Excel plus micros. Like micros, it's something like a coding. Generally, we do a code for the web application, which we are doing. Everyone knows the web applications. Okay, so micros is something that happens in the Excel. Okay, we do such coding, and then it is named as a MS Excel automation. So how we can do such thing in the planning, construction plan? So here we are having such solution. You use Excel automation. You do such coding in the Excel. Integrate those coding, those things with the MSP or Primavera or any other project management concepts, tender phase or anything. So integration of these three things, we can revolutionize the way of construction project planning for the small, medium or big firms. So these solutions are most affordable, easy to operate, no high competency required, and one click your data would be analyzed. So now let's go to the coding things. What is actually VBA? VBA is something the Visual Basics. Okay, where in simple language it's a computer language where we give such a reference to the cells and like in a, we every know we are using such a function as a sum function. So the overall the sum of the row or the column would be happen in particular one cell. In VBA, we code something for that one section and automatically calculation would be done. So this is something what called as a Visual Basics or the coding thing of the Excel. Okay, so this particular helps this runs your Excel very smoothly, and in it gives particularly the required answers or required solution as per your particular need. So steps of automation. If any company, if any planning engineer, project manager, or any of the heads want to do such things, they have to identify their first need, what they actually required on one page. Okay. Then second, they have to do such standardization in format. Okay. I'm giving such example with respect to the live one project and advanced level coding in the Excel. These three things required for the any Excel automation. Let's understand the one example. Okay, the examples I'm going to give is something we have developed such systems, and we have identified, and the reason for that system is something we have identified one core problems, and the core problems are like something. The first one is, if any project manager, a planning manager, or any authority in the particular firm wants to track their project, multiple project wings, multiple project floors, multiple project trades in terms of brickwork, RCC, anything, on just one click, is it possible in a daily that 20 format which we are filling out like DPR, DLR, weekly progress? No. So we through Excel automation, I'm going to present one thing where just by one click everything would be tracked. The second, when there is a 300 400 flats are there, almost 5 6 wings are there, and the finishing works are going on each and every flat differently. Okay, each and every floor there is a multiple finishing item must be go. So by one click, am I in a position to get each and every data? Yes, we have made such finishing item tracker. And the third thing, this is something very interesting, the constant resolution sheet. Okay, we are at the on the site, we use the MOM sheet, we use the constant register to get the core idea or about the problems which our site is facing right now. Okay, but what happens, it is just a weekly MOM. We never analyze such things. Okay, how many times particularly problems came for the labor, for the material, for the any stakeholder? Is there any such analysis? Till date, no. So how we can do such thing on just one click? Let me give you the example, and it is like, we start with the multi-level, the first problem. I think so my screen is usable. Am I okay?
Yes.
Okay. So here is a particular one system where you can see your multiple wings can be tracked on one page. The first thing is your complete dashboard, your complete summary of the multiple wings would become here. Just by one click, you can change particular wing A, and all the data would be the change automatically. What you have to just do is you have to just highlight your key points and the reasons for key delays. Just do one thing, just click on wing A, the both graphs would be changed. Remaining time is changed, remaining cost percentage, till date cost percentage is changed. So this is what a fast thing is. So no one required, particularly no planning engineer required on such you just give me the how much till date the cost is completed at, what is the time remaining. No, you just click on the any authority you comes on the site, you just do just one click, and the picture would be there. Now the interesting thing which I was talking about, the whole complete data series on the one particular thing. I think so it's the first time the system would require 5 to 6 seconds. Okay, yes, the system is run. So here we can analyze the particular different wings on very much aspect, like the health chart of the project, the work done amount of the different trades, the percentage completion of the trades like RCC, brickwork, fabrication, element wise percentage tracking, like first floor completion, second floor completion status. the packages wise, MEP package, finishing package, civil package, in terms of percentage, in terms of money, the delay analysis can be done. Here is also one interesting thing is we are also having one DLR format which we are using on the site. Okay, but what happens if I just by one click, if I required, okay, last month on such date, the particular agency has how many labor? Am I on such position to get idea about on just one click? If probably we have to find out the DLR and then we can identify it. But here we can do just click on the set still and automatically all the data would become. The complete register of the concrete can also be done. The billing of the agencies can be done by just there are multiple slicers are available, so you can click each and click as per your requirement and the data would be there. Now just see, it's of wing B. If I just click on a wing A, the whole data would be changed automatically. So here what happens, the time is tremendously saved. Okay, so now just by one click you can identify it, okay, like in just seconds, okay, my wing A is like so much percentage is completed, wing B is so much percentage of completed, that's it, with respect to money, with respect to percentage, with respect to analysis, delay and all that stuff. So this is something a very basic level tool of the project tracking. Same things can be done for the project budgeting, S-curve thing. Okay, so S-curve can also be tracked by wing A, wing B things. Okay, yes, here also you can see wing B, just click on wing B and the graph would be changed automatically. Here I want to see, I want to just display is your data filling entry is very simple. So any just basic level Excel practitioner can also fill up such data. Okay, the schedule portion is very easy. Okay, the filling of the data entry is also very easy. Like you have to just fill the on like DLR thing very like you have to just put the wing, date, agency name, trades, skilled person, unskilled person, and the rest of the things would be calculated by the Excel coding only. Same is for the like concrete register. We all do the concrete register on the site. Okay, but here is something a very easy level the same you feel over there and same you feel over here only, but here my coding would analyze each and every data. Okay, so this is the first thing is which we just come to know. The second was if there is a multiple flats, multiple finishing items, if just we want to track on just one page, how here it is. I think so my screen is also now visible. Okay, here is the plate number, the project name, the location, wings, the floor thing, on which floor it is the particular plate is located. Like here it is on first floor, 104 is located. The type of the project and all the finishing activity you just put measure like we have to just name over here only. Okay. Now the layman has to do just only one thing, the planning engineer or project manager. On just 104, whether your brickwork is done or pending. Okay, if done, then done. If pending, you have to just put on the pending thing. Only this much particular planning, yeah, project manager has to work. Now we have also simplified this thing because this is something we are having so much finishing items of the particular in one project. So what happens? We have categorized one thing, electrical work. If I want to track the electrical work, just go on the electrical portion would come. It is all customizable. We can add and subtract the items as per the requirement. If we want only wing B, the flats of wing B, just click on the wing B here. The wing B will become. So the data entry is also easy here. The output, let's see the output. Output is something, the summary of the brickwork. Okay, my brickwork is completely percentage complete. The door frame completion percentage is just one click. The layman has to do only like the filling out the data here. The rest of all these things would be calculated by the system only. Floor wise percentage also can be calculated easily. The graphical analysis is also very much easy. Okay, like no one if one is filling over the data entry here, okay, the graphs would be generated automatically. This second, this is most IMP thing. While as a planning engineer, if you target and if you want to make one report of how many till date, how many rooms are completed, how many rooms are going to be completed, you just enter the data. Like here I'm entering the data of the 30th March. I want to generate the data till 30th March. Now I will just generate the report, activity report. That automatically the data, the system will run and it will calculate, okay, till 30th, plumbing of this much of room should be completed. For this much of room, the BPM work must be started. If there is any completion of or like if any activity is starting in such period of the time, it will also be measured over here. Now just assume this thing, if any planning engineer or project manager is going to make, it will definitely going to take their 30 to 40 minutes. Okay, but now just coding thing, we have calculated it in just a couple of seconds. So this is a tremendous advantage of the time saving thing. Okay, and the third one was the constraint management set, the constraint resolution set rather. What happens on this side, as I suggested, there is no such evaluation of the particular constraints. Okay, here is a raw data set. One, we all fill the MOM, the minutes of meeting on this side. Okay, so now here they have to just put their constraint in such a only just in a different manner only. Okay, like they have to identify one constraint, priority, their priority of that particular constraint, open date, category, constraint name, responsible person, whomsoever is responsible for particular that constraint, department of that labor or that department of that constraint, stakeholder, if they for that particular one constraint, if any stakeholder is associated or not, vendor name if applicable, the agency name if applicable, the first solution date required, first commence date, second commence date, and the closing date. What was the solution? The problem was solved by whom? All the filtration are here. You have to just select the name or agency from just drop down thing only. The system, rest of the things would be automatically been calculated by the system. The coding thing only. This is for a wing A. This is for a wing B. We have to just identify, okay, how many wings are there, or how many locations are in particular one project. We can do it for separately for each. Okay. Through this such data entries only, we can do high level of coding. Okay, and we can generate this much of the graph. Like each one is with the filtration only. Okay, if I click on the wing A, the data would be changed. Like here, till now, how many constraints are consuming the high level of priority, consumes the high immediate priority, the status issues. We can also identify amongst those 20-25 issues right now, which we have identified over there, how many were from the site, and whether they are closed or not, whether they are sold or not, how many are from the vendors, how many are from the project manager. Each and every one can be tracked over here, and with respect to their current solution, whether they are sold or not, whether they are started, whether they are going to be started, each and everything can be just tracked by just data entry thing only. Okay, we can also do one thing over here is just hold a second. The system is, yes. Here is an amazing thing. After the or in the middle of the project, if any higher authority want to see whether my how many constraints are there, which runs more than the 15 days, which runs more than the 7 days. As per the requirement, we can do such coding on it, and just by one click we can identify, okay, because of the drawing there was the two constraint which and they are still open rather because there is no second graph over here. So the two drawings, two reasons for the drawings are still open. The site issues, the four site issues are still open. So such things can be tracked easily if there is a like more than 15 days of the if anyone wants to know, okay, uh, just have an idea on how many constraints were more than 15 days. Just click on the more than 15 days. We will have that statistic analysis in front of us. The system will calculate all the things. Same as well, if there are the multiple wings and multiple things, we cannot go and check whether whether this is closed or not. We can generate the tables as per our requirement here, so that and these kind of the tables are also operated from the filters. Actually, still this sheet is under the process. We are doing the research and development things, but such kind of things can also be done. We do not require ERP things to do the extraordinary things. Here it is the things is only this is the ordinary assets. Okay, which mostly most of the construction industry or most of the planning engineers are using on this site. We have just do on the coding phase on it, and this kind of data is now available with us. Okay, such data with just a smart solution, the company can save their indirect cost, which is in terms of the repetitive work, the underutilized of particular potential of any planning engineer or any higher authority. They can regulate their energy in a different or any other important works. These kind of systems will analyze automatically the data. Okay, these were the three modules from us. Okay, let's get back to the PPT. So these three modules we have explained right now. So now the briefing, the benefits of this smart tool: reduce the indirect cost, improve the management system. It is a goal oriented. Okay, as I suggest, there are the 3 points only. You have to identify your need, what you want to know on one page, then make standardized process according to it, and just do the advanced level coding for it. So it's a goal oriented. You can get the only things which you have code for, and the data would be the key. Yes, definitely. The accuracy of the system would directly rely on the inputted data only. Okay, so these are the benefits of the smart tools, and the biggest is I and Kedar believe is the Excel is a very user friendly, and everyone knows Excel. Okay, and we as a concerned personnel, we use the Excel most of the times, and mostly for the each and every activity. So by such coding, this kind of tools can be prepared.
Yes.
So now, without software, your outlet is just piece of hardware. The meaning of this this thing is, whether we have constructed the 50, 60 buildings, but if there is any software thing, if there is any smart thing, smart system is there, we can analyze those projects, and the mistakes of those particular projects shall not be repeated in the future, which is also the biggest achievement for the company. So KPMG says in the report on the 2019, the dashboard things they entered in the infrastructure project. They use the web-based dashboard for their transmission and the other portfolios of the project. And the results are like they reduce almost 22 months to the 12 months or of the 3 years. Okay, and they increase the number of the projects charged by 200%. What it is, the last one thing is, it something says whether if there is a one planning engineer or one project manager for one project, okay, they will do each and every 10 to 20, 30, they will fill this kind of the formats, and according to it, they will generate the report. But such kind of the systems, by just one click, more than one project can easily be tracked. And now that one planning engineer can look for the two projects at a time. Their energy is tremendously saved. So this is the best thing they have researched in their particular projects of the transmission and the substations project.
Their efficiency is doubled.
Yes. So now the conclusion is, advanced Excel is a current need of any MSME. It's easy to operate, easy to modify, and most user friendly. Best tool for MIS. I rather suggest we do not require 30-35 pages of the report on the Word file. Just one click, and the timing of the particular everyone would be saved.
And moreover, we can generate reports through our systems.
Systems, yes. We can generate the systems.
Yes, we can provide the button of print report and print PDF, and all the report, whatever your desired report will be generated in the desired folder. So there's no need of this, like Mitesh said, the 20-30 pages of Word files.
Yes. So when we look for the present or current scenario, no doubt Excel, then the coding in the Excel is a current need. Yes, the future is a BIM, drone tech industry is coming to the India, and the many softwares, including the BIM plus the coding in the Excel, and they will generate the analysis thing. The day before yesterday, we were looking for one thing. The Primavera has also now come up with the one particular dashboard thing, online dashboard thing. So this kind of softwares are the futures, but it is going to take so much of time and require so much of the computation to operate. But yes, the conclusion is for current MSME, and for better analysis purpose, Excel is the most user friendly and affordable. So let's change the way of working and analyze the project on one click and just one page. Yes. So is there any queries? We are open to discuss.
Sir, like, can we access this Excel from online, like Google spreadsheet?
No.
Look, there are two aspects. If your Excel is directly connected with the Google documents, okay, whether it's a Google spreadsheet or a Google Forms, yes, they are definitely. These both can be easily been connected. And now you do the coding in the Excel, the things would be can be generated.
Or you can work on server basis also. You can work, if your PCs are connected with the server, you can work on the same server with these systems. Any other questions?
Can we send automated email to maybe the dashboard to myself or to the admin?
Yes, as per requirement, if we do such coding, yes, easily possible.
Great.
Easily possible.
Even sending WhatsApp is also possible, like, sir? Maybe
No.
a kind of link or.
We have to just first we have to generate the report, and those report can be sent to the WhatsApp.
Can we make it automated? Like, for example, say my team's task. Say I'm having 6 people in my team, so all should get automatically their to-do list daily through WhatsApp. Is it possible, sir?
uh, it is tough with the Excel thing because uh, it is not to directly connected with the server thing. Okay, if we can connect these things and to the LAN or something, we create some server for it. And yes, definitely, if there is a 5-6 PCs are connected, the whatever you are saying, this can be possible. But yes,
I mean,
directly through the Excel and sending such reports or something like tasks in WhatsApp, we have to also research. But as of my knowledge, it's tough. It's tough.
It's tough. Basically, emails are it's a inbuilt function of MS Excel. So we can code accordingly, and we can start this functionality in the MS Excel macros. But WhatsApp is we need to research it, and we will let you know if once we go through it.
definitely, sir. I mean to say, for example, I have, as I said, like 6 people in my team, and all tasks are in the same sheet. So can we send the respective team-wise task through email? Like, is it possible?
Yes, email is a possible. Yes, email thing is a possible.
Email, yeah, only the respective team task only. I should not show. I don't want to show all the tasks to all the team.
Yes, yes,
Only,
yes.
yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Levels could be managed.
Okay. Okay. So in that case, like, if I want to take your services, then how can I contact you? The same number, what you specified.
Yes, 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 please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kedar Selar and Mitesh Bhatt, for giving excellent presentation, and I hope that the participant must have enjoyed the new thing in the automation, those who are related to this. I'm thankful to Institute of Engineers on behalf of Institute of Engineers. I thank both of Kedar Selar and Mitesh Bhatt and all the participants for joining this. Those who have any questions, they can write to this email address. They will definitely, Mr. Selar and Mitesh Bhatt will definitely answer it. Your whatever their queries are there. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Selar. Hope to get from yourself any other new whatever topics are there, definitely for the benefit of our corporate member and the students, those who are there. I will definitely arrange this type of lecture so that our whatever the corporate member or engineer, new budding engineers, they can also benefit it from that. Thank you once again, and Mitesh Bhatt.
Good evening. I am Harpreet Singh Chadda. Basically, I am a diploma civil engineer, and I am into construction for last 22 years. So I just wanted to know, am I eligible to join the Engineers Institute? Or
No, because for that you require a BTech graduation degree.
okay, no issues. I just wanted to confirm that.
But there is one, you can write to this. I will check it out. But another one is there. That is the technologists are there. So
okay.
you may not be in the core group or core corporate member. You may be. Just your in Pune LC at iindia.org. Okay, this is our Pune LC at iindia.org. You can write else. Okay.
Okay.
And I will check it out whether you can eligible for other type of membership or not. And that is as member technologist. Okay.
Okay, no problem. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you all. Thank you everybody.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.